Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnava Vangsha Sri Rupam Sagraja.
Let's go to lesson number 9, Guru Seva. Just take a moment and write those two questions in the table below. The ways we can serve our Guru, and what are the various ways in which we can serve the mission of ISKCON. At least write 2 points each. So please speak up. Who would like to begin? What are the various ways in which we can serve our Guru? Our Guru in the sense his personal service, his books being distributed. Yes? Strictly following the vows that we have taken in front of him. Service to Guru in what form? Cooking for him. Very nice. Helping in his projects, in his preaching activities. Following his instructions that he gives us. How do we serve our Guru?
Serving Krishna, Vaishnavas and others. So representing very good serving to all.
Okay, whoever the spiritual master has appointed as our superiors, authorities, serving them, also serving the other Vaishnava community around us, and also the deities in the temple. That's also service to Guru. Yes? By being exemplary. We are serving our Guru. Very nice. Yes? Acha. Through developing his website or through helping, helping him in his particular projects, basically. The same thing. Yes? Hearing our Guru's lectures regularly. Daily, if possible. What else? Do our daily sadhana pakka. That's service to Guru. Giving money to the projects of our Guru that he starts. Initiating certain things in ISKCON. Service of ISKCON. Yes? Remembering Trisandhyam. Our Guru. Excellent. Now let's go to the next topic. What are the ways we can serve mission of ISKCON? By distributing Prabhupada's books. By cooperating with other devotees and God brothers and gurus than our own God brothers and our Guru. Yes. By going out on Harinam Sankirtan. Having Kirtan Mela, whatever. Yes. Okay, by being a good representative of ISKCON in setting good example. Yes. Doing different services in the temple. Temple also offers services for festivals, for Sunday feast, for teaching, counseling, management of the temple. So we should all have something to do. Yes.
By using talents of people for ISKCON development.
Okay. Doing ISKCON's community development, whoever people we come across, engaging them in the missionary activities of ISKCON to help assist this mission. Prasadam distribution. So there are some standard projects started by Prabhupada, right? There are ISKCON projects. Everybody knows. Yes? Donation collection, fundraising for the temple. Now Janmashtami is coming up, so Mataji is reminding all of us that we have a common service to do. Fundraising for the temple. So in this way, can there sometimes be an imbalance of what our Guru is asking us to do in his service and what ISKCON, as I said, the spiritual authority line and the managerial authority line, administrative line. Can sometimes there be an imbalance? Say, just take one example, giving donation. Giving donation to the local temple and giving donation to our guru's individual project somewhere else. Can that sometimes become an imbalance? Another example, giving time in services. We have limited time, say 4 hours or 5 hours in a week we can give to the service. So let's say we get some service from the temple asks us to do this, and our guru also gives us some service. I said, do this also. Can there be sometimes imbalance? Okay. Any other example of imbalance comes to your mind? Our guru is taking yatra and we want to go and be part of that yatra because it's once in a year and everything. And here is temple authority telling us, no, you cannot go for yatra. Everybody goes for yatra. Who is in the temple? Who will take care of deities? So sit here. So sometimes there may be an occasion where imbalance can happen. So there is the next title, meeting obligations in a balanced manner. Now we have obligations towards Guru, we also have obligations towards ISKCON, and we also have obligations on our personal account. Our family members, our children. So can you write a few obligations there in that box? What are the obligations you have in your personal life? Who would like to tell? What are your personal obligations towards yourself or family members in your life? What? Which responsibility? What is the obligation? Okay, we have our job or occupation. What else? Raising children in Krishna consciousness. Very nice. Each child being raised is like one NVCC project. You agree? Mothers agree? No, it's not less than that. It's a mega project. 25-year lasting project sometimes. Yes. Any other? Yes. Health. Let's call that as self-care. We have some obligations towards our own self, that is health. Sleep, diet, exercise, cleanliness, hygiene, self-care. Social obligations. There is devotee society and then there is the upcoming devotee society. Let's not call them non-devotees. They are devotees, but they don't yet know that they are devotees. Jivera Surupa Hoy, Krishna Nityadas. So they are already devotees. They just don't know that. See, it's very important how we think of the other world. If we are devotees, they are non-devotees. Then what is your expectation? They will remain non-devotees. That's your expectation that you are speaking about it. So we say we are devotees and these are upcoming devotees. That's all. So anyways, so we have obligations towards them. My goodness, there are a lot of them actually. Any other? Oh, parents. Any other? Relatives. You forgot one very important fellow. Yeah. We take them for granted. Yes? Neighbors. What else? Boss. Yasya prasadat company prasado. Yasya aprasadat nagati kutopi. Colleagues and their expectations. Temple services.
Services that you are the temporary devotion. There are certain days that you need to go for a particular service.
Yes, toward devotee community we have services, and for these upcoming devotee community we have preaching services, outreach. Okay. There is two more things I will just add here. Regular knowledge and skill building. That comes under self-care. And the most important thing is sadhana. It's a commitment given to Guru. Let's call it as our spiritual practice. Spiritual practices. So let's broadly categorize our responsibilities into these 5 zones. Right? So first comes self-care, then comes sadhana, then comes family, then comes job, then comes this. Usually. Because the one thing leads to the other. If your health is not good, you are having, no peace of mind, your sadhana gets affected. If your sadhana is not good, your dealings become affected. Everything is just too cluttered in life. And then if this is hampered, it subsequently reflects on every other aspect. So, why we discuss this? So we studied Guru has expectations, ISKCON has expectations, body has expectations, family has expectations, everybody has expectations. And sometimes we are under what they call expectation over mountain. जैसे कोई चिड़िया हो, उसके ऊपर किसी ने एक बड़ा कोकोनट दे दिया हो, बोला इधर से उसको उधर लेके जाओ, वो चिड़िया बेचारा struggling. So we all have that experience in our life. So meeting these in balanced manner. Can you suggest something we should do to handle all this little properly in our spiritual lives? क्या करना चाहिए हमको?
Manage time. How we deal with our time.
Wonderful. First is be clear with your roles, goals, responsibilities and time needed for it. किसको कितना टाइम लगता है करने के लिए? Then second thing, prioritize. Then third, can you guess? What should we do? How will you put it into action? Make a weekly schedule. Very important.
Practice Trunadapi Sunicena.
Practice Trunadapi Sunicena. Wow. But after doing all these things, she says practice Trunadapi Sunicena. Otherwise you will be miserable. Yes. So would you do that as homework? This is not part of your assignment. But don't tell me कि वो प्रो जो 20 क्वेश्चन में था ही नहीं. तो ये सब क्या करने का? जीवन चल रहा है, चलाओ. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Sometimes people have that. So people give 3 typical excuses why they don't want to make this effort. They say, I don't have time for it. Means I don't have time for doing this also. Interesting excuse. Second excuse they give is, it is too much restricting my freedom. I like to be a free bird. Don't put me into boxes. So we have a term called structured spontaneity, which means you first put certain basic things in a structure, then be spontaneous about it. जैसे कंप्यूटर चलता है क्योंकि उसके कुछ systems and structures are in place. Now you be spontaneous with how to use it in producing wonderful things. You imagine they are random. in their programming and everything, what will happen to you? So that doesn't work. And third excuse people typically give is, I'm too much doing firefighting. Because of that, I don't, I can't deal with all this. It's difficult for me. So firefighting क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि failing to plan is planning to fail. So that is what is happening. Again and again, we are doing firefighting in life. So in general, we earlier also discussed this aspect that if there are clashes in our self needs, Guru's needs and ISKCON needs, what do we do? Harmonize. Bring the three fellows in one loop and sort it out without creating dissension, disharmony. So there are last two quotes which we will read. In this way the Bhakti Lata shrivels up. You got that quote? Can someone read loud?
Even though living according to one's will is compared to a mad elephant, which by force uproots the Bhakti Lata and breaks it to pieces. In this way, the Bhakti Lata shrivels up. Such an offense is especially created when one disobeys the instructions of the spiritual master. This is called Guru Avagya. The devotee must therefore be very careful not to commit offenses against the spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. As soon as one is deviated from the instructions of the spiritual master, the uprooting of the Bhakti Lata begins, and gradually all the leaves dry up.
Read next.
The order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. After being initiated and receiving the orders of the spiritual master, the disciple should unhesitatingly think about the instructions or orders of the spiritual master and should not allow himself to be disturbed by anything else. This is also the verdict of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, who while explaining a verse of Bhagavad Gita, Vyavasayatmika Buddhir Ekeha Kurunandana, Bhagavad Gita as it is 2.41, points out that the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. The disciple should not consider whether he is going back home, back to Godhead. His first business should be to execute the order of the spiritual master. Thus, a disciple should always meditate on the order of the spiritual master, and that is perfectional meditation. Not only should he meditate upon that order, but he should find out the means by which he can perfectly worship and execute it. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.24.
So we have this typical problem. Sometimes we have known certain instructions given by our Guru, but we are not following them. Right? What do we do now? Will that constitute Guru or Avagya? Guru has given certain instructions, either due to ineligibility, which means we are not yet having that adhikar to live by that standard, or due to sometimes sheer lack of that strength. No, we can't follow. What do we do? Very close, very close. Yes.
Accept and reveal it honestly, and then always keep that instruction in mind, and whenever you get an opportunity, play with it.
There is one statement I'm looking for. Keep meditating on it. Spiritual master's instruction can be delayed but never neglected. Just like Prabhupada was told, preach in English language all over the world. When did he get that instruction? 1922. So 1922 to 1966, what happened? Did he go preaching all over the world in that period? What was he thinking? What was he doing, Prabhupada? He was preparing to follow it. He was constantly thinking about it, meditating upon it कि गुरु ने बोला है करना है इसको आगे जाके कभी. He never neglected it. So that's the point. So we may get sometimes some instructions which are difficult to follow, but nevertheless we should keep meditating on how to follow them and never neglect them. We will read on the next paragraph, last two quotes. When you are helping my missionary activities, that is real association. Please read.
You write that you have desired to avail of my association again, but why do you forget that you are always in association with me? When you are helping my missionary activities, I am always thinking of you, and you are always thinking of me. That is real association.
Wonderful. That means we have Prabhupada's association even now. Go ahead. I am with you.
I am with you as my Guru Maharaj is with me. The spiritual master is present wherever his sincere disciple is trying to serve his instructions. This is possible by the mercy of Krishna. In your attempts to serve me and in all your sincere devotional sentiments, I am with you as my Guru Maharaj is with me. Remember this always.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all very much. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandradeva ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.